Good evening. Today is March 8th, and we have Bucs Talk. So today it might be a little bit shorter than normal. Waiting to see if we're going to have any call-ins, looking for EJ and Big J to join us. I am Q, your host to Bucs Talk. So originally today we were going to go over the off-season and preparation and looking into the season and stuff. But due to last night, they dropped the schedule for the upcoming season. We're going to go into that, and that's what we're going to start with. Um, After we go through the whole schedule, if not, I may have a couple of guests talk about the schedule and what they're expecting and everything like that. As usual, I'm rocking Michigan, and go Bucks. So first, we're going to start off. There's only one preseason game, and this is big because NFL players have been arguing about how many preseason games they have, and it's too long. So there's one preseason game. It's August 22nd. It's against the Jaguars, and it's home. So uh, it'll be a good thing to go and get the first look at Brady, see how the offense and everything looks, and go from there. Obviously, we believe that we're gonna run up the score. So yeah, we're gonna beat them pretty good, and we're gonna see our uh, our draft picks how they're doing and everything like that during that game. But I think our draft picks will come out stellar. I think Tristan Wirfs is going to start, and he's just going to mull over individuals that are in front of him in that first game. So in week one, we have New Orleans, and we're at New Orleans. That game is September 13th. So the biggest issue will be good up front. We'll have a good defense. Our corners, I just don't think our corners are going to be able to hold up with Michael Thomas, and then let alone with Alvin Kamara if he comes out of the backfield, or if they line up Taysom Hill to run a couple of plays from the receiver position. Our corners got to hold up. So hopefully between now and then we pick up a good corner that's still on free agency or not. We're a 6.5-point favorite, or 6.5-point underdog. But I think Brady will keep it very close to that one. That'll be his second game in there. It might take a couple of weeks before he gets there, but I'm going to call that one a loss for the first week. And that'll be the first time that Brady's lost a season opener in years. Week 2, September 20th, we have Carolina. And Carolina, they don't have the defense right now. They're still developing their offense. We'll see what Teddy Bridgewater can do at quarterback for them. Christian McCaffrey's going to be a beast, though. They got a lot of quick wide receivers. I call Brady to put up 30 points that game. We win there. So we have Denver on September 27th. I don't care who their quarterback is. Their defense is old. And then their receivers are pretty old, so our corners should hold back up with them. Even though it'll be in Mountain Air, I still give us Brady. Brady's going to win that game. Sunday, October 4th, we have the Los Angeles Chargers. Los Angeles Chargers really don't have a quarterback, even though they're trusting Tyrod Taylor, and they have Herbert, who they drafted number 1 overall. They're not going to be able to stand up with Brady. Brady's going to put up points on them. Michael Thomas is going to have a field day. Chris Godwin's going to have a field day. And then our running game is just going to be superior in that game. So that'll put us at 3-1. And then we have our first primetime game on Thursday night against the Chicago Bears. And the Chicago Bears, they have a nasty defense. That's all to say. Khalil Mack. Nasty defense, but they don't have an offense. I don't even think Mitch Trubisky even be on the team after that game or up to that game, because I really don't think he's going to start. He's not really doing too well. So that'll be another win for us. So right now I have us sitting at 4-1, 4-1 going into Sunday, October 18th. Then we have Green Bay, Brady versus Rodgers. Rodgers doesn't have weapons. He has a decent defense. The O-line might be able to hold up, but I think our pass rush and everything will be on a whole different tear. I call Brady for that one. October 25th, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. Chucky's doing some good things. I don't know who is going to be the quarterback. I don't know if it's going to be Carr or if it's going to be Mariota. Both former first-round picks. Just have no clue. What scares me is their wide receivers, because they have some fast wide receivers. And if they hit Henry Ruggs on a slant, a fade, a post, it could be a long, long day for us. Their defense in the secondary is pretty decent. They probably have weaknesses in the linebacker position because their front line is pretty good. But I'm still going to call the Bucs for that game. November 2nd, we have the New York Giants. So the Giants have Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones. They did get 2 unsigned wide receivers in, I want to say Austin Mack, and can't think of the other guy's name, but he came from Ohio State too, who are pretty shifty, run good routes, and can get open for the ball. So early on, I can see that game being a little bit close, and then Brady's just going to blow them out. So I call Brady for that one. November 8th, we get the Saints for the second time. Now Brady, he's on a roll. He has his team going. He has everything moving. I think in that game, it's going to be close. It's going to come down to the wire, and we're going to beat the Saints at home on November 8th. November 15th, we have Carolina again. I already talked about them in regards. Brady's going to blow over them. That's going to be another win. November 23rd, Monday night game. This is our second primetime game. And if you don't know, the majority of teams got 2 primetime games. Some teams got 1, and then of course there's like a handful that didn't get any primetime games at all. But we're going against the Rams. The Rams do have offense. I don't think they have the exact running back who's going to be able to help lead them and take pressure off of Goff. Defense is going to be a fight, because you're going to have Evans against Ramsey. That's going to be really, really, really big. But Brady will pull out a tough one there. Sunday, November 29th, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. The Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs come here on Sunday, November 29th. That is going to be a game to see in person. I am calling everyone from Bucs fans group to go to that game, tailgate, do everything, rise up Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. We all need to stick together. Go Bucs. We got to show them that Tampa has the following and everything, so that before they even get on the field, they feel like they were already in a battle. So that one, we know they have speed after speed after speed at the wide receiver position. And then They have really good running backs that can come out or to get a pass or to run the ball. Where it's going to come to play is the defense. And if their D can hold up, stop Brady, they'll win. But I'm going to call the Super Bowl champs in. I'm going to call the Super Bowl champs for that game. Kansas City wins. So at this moment, because we're getting ready to go into week 13, that's a bye week. We are 11-2. Now, Big J, if you remember, I've said Brady always wins at least 11 games. I was taking over. So by this time, we haven't even hit December yet. We're already in. You're already owing me a steak dinner. So, so on December 13th, we have the Minnesota Vikings, and that game is going to be home. It's going to be a great defense game. Kirk Cousins lost his best wide receiver, even though they did draft a wide receiver. I'm still going to call Brady for that one because there's just not going to be really anyone. I mean, hopefully they develop rapport by then, but there's not going to be anyone who's going to push our secondary around in that game, I see. In week 15, December 20th, we are at the Atlanta Falcons. And this is a close call because you have Ryan, you have Gurley, you have Ryan, you have Gurley, you have Julio Jones, you have Kevin Riddle. I mean, you just have a really, really good offense. Their offensive line should be better this year. I think they're going to bump back from last year. So because we're in Atlanta, and only because we're in Atlanta, and they play very, very well at home, I'm going to call the Falcons for that game. On December 27th, we're at Detroit. Detroit's going to have a couple of good corners, and Desmond Trufant and Jeff Okudah. We also got Matthew Stafford coming in. Kenny Golladay, he's going to hurt the Bucs. He is really going to hurt the Bucs during that game. I'm going to call a push for that game. I'm not sure which way to go or anything like that. And on January 3rd, week 17, we end with Atlanta. And because it's at home for us, I'm calling us for that win. So prior to the bye week, we were 11-2. I called one push in the Detroit game. So (13-3-1), 13-4, or 13-3-1, 13-3. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, we were 10-2 going into the game. So we'll either be 12-3, 12-3-1, or 13-3. And that's how I see the season going out, which would either give us the division or we're guaranteed to be in the wild card. But it's going to be a great season. We're going to have a lot going on. It's going to be interesting. I just really can't wait to see Brady in action, especially with Gronk. I can't wait to see how the tight ends are used. We got a long time ago. I really wish football was back. But I'm your man Q, and you've been on Bucs Talk.